Hi guys, and welcome to another Beaver Builder tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to be using the Ultimate Add-ons for Beaver Builder plugin again, and we're going to create this info circle right here. It's pretty cool. As you can see, it's morphing from one piece of info to the next piece of info. I've got it doing it every 7 seconds at the moment. You can add links to it. For instance, this one I've linked to our counter section below. And it's really easy to build. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable the Beaver Builder. Now I've got a row here with 3 columns in it. I'm going to hit the little plus icon. And these are all the standard modules that come with the Beaver Builder. But today we're going to be using the Ultimate Add-ons for Beaver Builder modules. So I'm going to select that from my drop down menu. I'm going to roll down. Under the Creative Modules, Info Circle. I'm going to left click and just drag it to where I want it, which is right there. Now let's move this over so you can see. And by default, it's added a little circle with some information there and an icon. It opens up on the General tab by default. I had mine set to 7 seconds that it revolves between the two. At the moment we've only got one, so that makes no difference. We'll change that in a minute. Let's go to our info circle items. And here's the actual box where we can edit. So I'm going to click on that. Now here's the title. It's not very easy to see for you up there. They've got a lot of content in there. Let's just delete this content and save. And we'll go back in there. There we go. You can see the title now. That's the title right there. Put in whatever title you want, obviously. You want to keep it fairly short, obviously, because you don't want it to spill off the page. I mean, it probably will break. Let's just see. Let's copy it over. Yeah, as you can see, it does break. So if you wanted to use the whole thing for a big title, that's fine. But let's go back and set that to how I want it. Now, below in the description is where you can add your description. Whatever you want to put in there. And again, it wants to keep it fairly short because, as you can see with the default text, if you put too much in there, it kind of spills over the sides here. That's great. If I save, you'll see that that is updated. There it is right there. Okay, so let's go back in there, see if there's anything else we want to change at this point. We've got our title. Now you can put a call to action link in there if you want to. Let's do that. I did it with my icon here and link to a section below, description, or both. I'm going to put it to icon this time. And for the link, I've got a section down below called counters. So I'm going to put hashtag counter. Now I don't want it in a new window because it's on the same page and it's on the same site, so that's fine. Now the circle style. Background type, you can have a color or an image. Let's put a little color in the background there. Slide down once you've done that and it'll give you a box to put a color in. Whatever color you choose to put in there. I'm going to bring the opacity down. Now let's save and we should see those updates. There we go. As you can see, it's put that color in the background there. Okay, let's go over to our icon and image, and you can replace or remove it altogether if you don't want one. I'm going to replace it, and it comes with a crazy amount of icons. You've got ultimate icons, you've got font awesome icons, you've got font awesome 5, which is the newest version they've just brought out, font awesome 5 brands, foundation icons, and also WordPress dash icons. So There's no shortage to choose from. So find whatever you want and put it in there. I guess I'll use a question or an information. Roll that down so we can see it. That's fine. Icon color, I'm going to leave it as white. Background color, put in whatever background color you want for your background. That's the background right there. And when I refresh this, or when I save it, you'll see it update. Icon active color is when you're hovering over it. I think I'll leave the icon the same color, but I think I'll put a lighter blue in for when we're hovering over it, something like that. So when I save this now, you should see that update. There you have it. There's our new icon. There's our background, as you can see. So we've got our first one in there, which is great. Let's go to the General tab. Do you want it to autoplay? Well, at the moment we've only got one, so it's not going to do anything when we autoplay. But this one we've got two, and I'll add another one to ours in a moment. So let's set that to, say, 7 seconds, which is I did for the other one, purely so you don't have to wait so long to see it revolve round. Content area width. Well, you see the blue where we put the background there, that's the content area width. At the moment it's 80%, you can put it at 90%, 50%, whatever suits whatever you're doing. There we go, as you can see. That's taking that up. Now, do you want it to be a different color on hover? And here's where you can decide whether they've got to click on it or hover on it to display the content, which is fine. Hover on the icon. It won't show you while we're in the builder, but hover is absolutely fine for me. Now, responsive fallback structure, that's great. If you've got a large info circle like this and it's on a mobile phone, it may not display correctly. And this will give it a fallback structure, which will turn it into a regular info or text block on smaller devices, which is a great idea. Now, down below you can choose the screen size, that's pixels 992, at which you want this to actually happen. So that's a pretty cool feature. They've obviously thought this through well. Okay, let's go over to our Style tab. Position of the first thumbnail. Well, we're at 12 o'clock there. And this is in degrees, as you can see. So if I was to write 90 degrees in there, it would be at the 3 o'clock position. There we go. 180, 270. Now here you can adjust the icon or image size. Here's the icon. And here's the actual responsive icon size, which is for smaller devices. Animation of active thumbnail, we're going to leave that as it is. You've got all kind of different options here of how you want it to animate. So, well, let's, for fun, we'll put bounce in, just so you can see what's going on. You can see it just bounced there. I'll show you more when we refresh the page. Thumbnail style is a circle at the moment. You can have a square or a custom. I prefer the circle personally on this, purely because we're working with a circle. That's a nice option. Now you can have a border if you want. I'm going to leave that be. Now the information area, you've got the content padding. That's the distance between the outside of the content area and where the content actually starts. 25 is fine. If you've got more content, you might want to drop that down a bit. If you've got less content, you might want to bring it up a little bit. Info icon image, at the moment it's disabled. You can have simple or custom and choose your own color if you want to there. But we haven't got that, so that's fine. Don't need a separator. You can choose your line style here. As you see, it's dashed up there now. I like the solid personally. Dotted. It's kind of hard to see unless you look in. And that's a double line right there. I'm going to set mine to solid. Or if you wish, you can have none at all. And that might suit some people too. but there's some nice options. Now obviously you set your thickness of your line here. It's a little bit too much. I'm going to put mine back to 1 because I like that. It's nice and tidy. You can use the slider to adjust it if you prefer. Info circle background. At the moment we've got none. I really don't want to put one in there. Let's put one in there just so you can see what it does. And that's that area between the content and the outer line right there. Like I say, I'm going to leave mine be, so I'm going to hit that little X, take that away. That's a nice feature too if you choose to do that. Okay, pretty much the only thing left to do is the typography. So if we click on these 3 little dots right here, H3, that's our title. You can change the font, style and spacing, give it some text shadow if you want. I'm just going to change the color to a nice dark blue. And this will apply to all the little info circles that you do in this particular module. Now here's the typography. You can change your font, styling, spacing, text shadow again, and of course the color right here. And again, let's make that a nice dark blue. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're done with that one. So let's go back to our info circle items and we can add a second one. So let's add another one and we'll edit it. Obviously I'm not going to put too much thought into this because we'll do it very quickly. It's just exactly the same as what we've done before. It's fine. Call to action link, we don't need that. Background type, let's do it a different background color to our blue one there. And I'm flying through this because it really is just exactly what we covered before in our last one. And let's give it a different icon. I think we used the question mark last time. Icon color. The only thing I think I'll change is the icon background color. Make it more purpley than that. And we'll give it a hover color, which perhaps will make a more pinky purple right there. I'm going to save that just as it is. Let's save that and we'll call it done. Save there. Save our whole module. And as you can see, it's added our second icon right there, opposite our first one. Let's hit the done button, save the draft or publish if you prefer. Now then, there's our little icon and it should change every 7 seconds. So if we just wait a few more seconds, there we go, it's popped to the second one. And you can see the little icon's got that bounce effect that we applied to it. That's it, make sure our link works. Yep, it's taken us down to our little counter section here. So there you have it. That is a nice little feature to have on your site. That's a well thought out little widget, if you will, or module I suppose. And don't forget, if you want to try this out, you can do so from my affiliate link below this video. But I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please ring the bell, share, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.